Brother, you like my tie? It was my son's when he was like 5 years old. It's a clip-on.
First time you've worn a tie since his birth. Fred Joseph, Research and Development Director, driving Infiniti Q50.
I'm Ron Leviste. I'm the Product Development Manager. I drive a blacked out 370Z, a Ducati 1098S, and a factory Volkswagen GTI only because it's still under warranty.
Hi, I'm Michael Schultz, been with the Senior Vice President of Research and Development, been with Turtlewax for 38 years. I think everybody makes fun of me, but I'm Mr. Pontiac. I have 6 Pontiacs. I have 2 69 GTOs. I take care of 3 Grand Prix and a 2007 Solstice GXP. Fred, why don't you start with some of these questions? Let's get going here.
This is, does Hybrid Solutions Ceramic 3-in-1 Detailer offer UV protection? And will it prevent fiberglass oxidation?
Actually, the norm nowadays, whenever you see a detailer or a spray type product, a UV inhibitor or some sort of UV protection is almost the constant now. It's the standard. So, but with the ceramic, not only will it slow down the degradation or the oxidation, it's also gonna keep it longer because of the ceramic coating. It's gonna keep that protection longer, not like your usual standard detailer.
All right, we've got another stumper here for you from Steve. It says, can you use TW Hybrid Solution Ceramic Acrylic Black Polish with an orbital buffer instead of a DA polisher?
Here's what it comes down to. When you're using the hybrid solutions like polish and wax, there's polishing agents, our platelet technology there, and the more energy you put into it, the better job it's going to do. So the polish is actually, you can use it by hand or you can use it by a machine. If you happen to have, and I think he's referring to one of those orbital polishers, yes, that is maybe sold over the counter, yes, it will work. It will work, but the rule of thumb is after you wash and dry the car, apply it to a small area, work it in with your buffer, time yourself, do the square area, see how long it takes you, wipe off the excess, and then check the finish around the surrounding paint so you know how well the product is working. And you just adjust your application method with your applying to adjust to get the right gloss and shine and correction that you want.
We got Matthew asked the question. Says, I wanted to know if they would be doing the waterless car wash spray in the Caribbean scent. So I'm assuming he doesn't like the tropical scent that we have.
That's a mango scent that we put in there. Mm-hmm. I guess what we're trying to do is we're trying to create with the hybrid solutions, you're going to see the same, it's called a signature scent, and you're going to see that throughout the line. So whenever you smell the mango, it's going to bring back a memory of using the hybrid solutions product. But not everybody likes all scents, but who knows?
Yeah, it's a blend of a couple of different options that we have to give it like a complete tropical scent. We have almost like a spicy salsa type mixed with a blend of like fruit basket type scents. All right, we have a question here from Richard. He asks, can you apply the ceramic spray in direct sunlight?
Remember, Rod, we were working in Arizona in 90-degree weather. We were applying all our hybrid solutions in direct sunlight.
We didn't really have a choice because there was no shade. It was this was it or nothing.
Yeah, but they work pretty well. The rule of thumb is try to make sure the finish isn't so hot that you have to pull your hand away. It can handle probably well over 90 degrees, and if the finish is warm to the touch, you just have to work in smaller sections just to make sure it doesn't all flash off before you get a chance to wipe it. Especially with the detailer and the spray wax.
All right, we have a question here from Rigo. Rigo asks, will the black wax fill in scratches and dye any paint chips black? And the second part to this, if not, will Turtlewax make something that will?
Well, that's exactly why we made the black polish in the first place. The one thing that Turtlewax has always done extremely well is in the colored car wax market. We actually started that market back in 1993. We don't use dyes, we use pigments. And the reason why we use pigments is pigments are better UV blockers and filters for the light. So when you push that into, let's say, a stone chip in the front end of the vehicle and allow the product to set and dry, it's going to deposit those pigments into that chip, making the car finish look more uniform and filling all those voids so it looks like a continuous brand new paint job.
Like Mike said, you use the polish for paint correction. You can leave it as is, or you can go over it again with the black acrylic spray. So, and it looks so phenomenal just putting those two together.
All right, we've got Timothy here with a question that says, "Hey Mike, what's good if your paint is faded on your car?"
Unless you have a black car, which I am assuming you don't, you want to use the Hybrid Solution Polish and Wax. It's actually it's a 2-in-1 type of product where it corrects the finish. We have our aluminum oxide platelets, which actually remove a lot of the swirls and scratches, and it will also remove that heavy oxidation. Again, as Rod and I were talking about earlier, you want to use a machine, a DA, with probably a medium to hard foam pad to cut off the oxidation and to remove any defects that go along with that oxidation.
Oh, here, how about that? I can't see you, but can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Go.
All right. Am I looking at the screen? Oh, okay, sorry. All right. I guess I don't have to lean in so far, do I? Is this thing going? All right. You ready? And action. We have another question here from Mark. He says, "Are the new Hybrid Solutions Ceramic Acrylic Black products for new vehicles? Can he use it on his 2020 Jeep Rubicon?" And I believe there's decals or stickers on the Rubicon, right, Rod?
Yeah, and it's got a lot of plastic trim too. So you even if you get it on the plastic trim accidentally, the black acrylic would be great for it. So it doesn't give that white powder residue that normal white polishing agents does.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to say, you really have to take a thorough look at the paint. I just did a 2019 Honda Accord with black metallic, and you would think that the car would be in great shape, but I wound up having to use the polish and wax on it because, going through, just driving it around, dirt can be abrasive. It puts those light swirl marks, and I think the Hondas have a little bit of a softer clear.
Yeah, and I think in our testing, the Jeeps have soft paint, so it should respond really well to the polish and wax. A question here from Robert says, "Can I use ceramic spray coating in 50-degree weather or cooler?"
You got to remember, these are water-based products, and when you're dealing with water-based products, water is the carrier of all the active ingredients. That water has to slightly evaporate off the finish in order to deposit some of our chemistries on the finish. So it's really not temperature. I think it's more humidity. So always do a test spot.
Totally agree, because what you're really concerned about is that curing process. And if you get a lot of moisture in the air, if it rains, then it kind of disrupts that curing process where it actually bonds to the substrate. So you want the best optimal, environment, so that way that ceramic and that coating would stick to that substrate.
Just want to throw my little 2 cents in here. When I, had my truck parked outside and I was forced to kind of clean it up outside, I was using spray waxes down below 40 degrees with no issue. As long as the product doesn't freeze when you spray it onto the car, I think you're fine. I've never had any problem with it in cooler weather. Now moving on to Stuart's question. It says, "What about cleaning the ceramic coat? If a coat lasts for several months up to a year, doesn't dirt and exhaust get embedded just as it does on the paint? Does your ceramic spray or the touch-up variant have any cleaners that address this regarding the ceramic spray?"
It's kind of funny. I hear what you're saying. When you have unprotected paint, you're going to wind up with a lot of bonded contaminants to the finish, especially in the urban cities where there's a lot of diesel exhaust. But you got to remember what the product is all about. It's a sacrificial barrier. It's a sacrificial barrier which protects the paint underneath. So because of the polymers we're using and the hydroslick polymers, a lot of that pollution isn't going to stick. Our products act like a release agent, so even when these contaminants sit on the paint, they're going to be easy to wash away.
Yeah, you don't want to put any harsh polishing agents on that ceramic coating because you don't want to remove it. One of the properties of a ceramic coating is its hydrophobic properties, and that's what prevents things from adhering, like water, soil, dirt, grime.
La 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 li 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 lo lo mama.
Do you know how they usually show the lion at the end of an MGM movie?
Outtakes.
You're going to be our lion with the la 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 la.
All right, so we've got another question here from Brian. It says, can you use Hybrid Solutions Ceramic Wet Wax weekly on the same car? Will it build up and streak?
This guy sounds like my guy. Like I like his regimen. You know, wash your car every week, wash and wax every week. That's my kind of guy. So I've never seen problems with that.
Yeah, true enthusiast. That's what we do. We wash, at least weekly. All right. Any other final comments, guys?
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
All right.